Hey, good evening and welcome back to Slack Smack. This is episode 14. We're excited to have you with us. My name is Sean Slack, and returning from hiatus, next to me, my man Victor Mega Hugo. What's up, brother?
Finally.
Man.
Yeah.
He's too damn busy, man. This guy, you see him training. He's got his videos up every day. He's getting ready to play football. But I want to congratulate Victor, man. I saw the awesome work you're doing with track and field and the modeling with your kids. Happy Father's Day this Sunday. It's Father's Day in Brazil, by the way. It's coming up. Dia de Pai, este domingo, is this Sunday. So happy Father's Day, man.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks, Coach. I really appreciate it. I just want to say something em português.
Vamos lá.
Então, primeiramente, muito boa noite para todo mundo que está nos assistindo agora. Episódio 14 do Slack Smack, né? Caramba, passou rápido. Tô feliz de estar de volta, né? A gente ficou 2, 3 episódios. Já tava sentindo saudade já da nossa conversa.
Man.
E obrigado. Realmente tá chegando o Dia dos Pais. E a gente sabe, se tem criança pequena também, a gente tem o Dia dos Pais para todos os pais que estiverem assistindo a gente. Tem muita coisa bacana hoje, né, Coach?
Isso é muito legal o show hoje. E saudades da Kentucky Fried Chicken também.
It was.
It's so good, man. Oh, my God. But, hey, today is a special day for Slack Smack. First of all, it's August 7th, which here means it's Dia 7, mês 8. And everyone knows that 78 has a special meaning for me. Going back to my playing days, not only with my jersey, but, the story I've told many times. So big ups to my father and Bugsy Engelberg today. Always a big day. Big luck. 78 is muito legal. The other reason, besides having an amazing player from Brazil on here in a few moments, Miss Gabby Evangelista, we'll also be launching our other division called Slack Smack Entertainment. And those of you who don't know me, I used to have a magazine and absolutely love to do interviews with celebs and stars in the film, novella, which is like soap operas, TV, and music industries. In the past, you can see from the photos, I had the pleasure of sitting down with Amy Lee from Evanescence, Anita, Safadão, Paula Fernandez, Carla Vizzi, and a lot more. So tonight we have Ricardo Abarca coming on. He's going to be the first to help launch this platform. So it's really going to be exciting to have him on. It's going to be awesome. The entertainment industry in all facets, like I said, is a passion of mine. I used to love to act as a kid. And believe it or not, man, I almost didn't play sports because I used to love to act all the time. It's a true story. I was in all the school plays and, man, the problem was I grew up fast. Coaches see that and they're like, come on, man. And it's like, you got to come play some ball. So if you're in the United States and you're a big boy, there's no way you're getting out of playing sports. So I don't regret it, but I do miss it. Acting is a lot of fun. It's a lot of work. So I'm real excited to talk to Ricardo and learn more about that. It's amazing once you get through, when you're talking to these kind of celebs and stuff, because once you get through, in most cases, their agents, their handlers, their managers, big name celebs are just regular people like you and I. And most of the time, their real life stories are amazing, and they tell you stuff like you would not believe. So we look forward to the future to bring on, many more in the future. And continue, obviously, to keep our prevalence in the sports arena with the WFLA, the NFL, NCAA, NBA, MLB, MLS, and much more. So we're just getting started. But, the entertainment industry is awesome. It's taken a big hit, obviously, with this COVID crap that's been going on. But, it's going to bounce back. Give it a couple months, once people get closer to the election and realize they can't steal it, it's going to get back to normal. So it's all good. But that being said, let's get to our first guest. Now, Miss Gabby Evangelista was born and raised in Brazil. She started playing rugby, then went on to play defensive line for the Brasilia Pilots, which is a couple of hours north of here. It's also the capital of Brazil, for those who don't know. Recently, she was one of the first players chosen, I think the first, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. by the WFLA San Diego Tridents. And today we're going to help her out and do her interview in Portuguese. So vamos lá. Falou. Sem problema. So let's take a look real quick at her video first. All right. Oi, tudo bem, Gabi?
Oi, gente, boa noite, tudo bem, vocês?
Boa noite, Gabi, tudo jóia?
É muito legal, nossa, é muito frio aqui em São Paulo, é a mesma coisa lá.
Sim, aqui em Brasília tá um frio do caramba também, tanto que eu tô de boné hoje, tô de casaco. E olha que é um mês esquisito, né? Porque agosto geralmente faz muito sol aqui, tá esse frio, mas não tem o que fazer, né?
É difícil, eu não acostumado, né? Orlando agora 15 de mais ou menos 40 todo dia, muito úmido. Nossa.
Aqui é muito seco e eu confesso, eu não gosto muito do frio, não. Eu sou geração calor, sou do sol.
Sou bem para dormir. Sou para dormir. Muito legal. Exatamente. Então, agora você é uma jogadora profissional de futebol americano. E antes de chegarmos no significado disso, vamos aprender como chegamos aqui. De onde você é e quando você começou a jogar futebol americano?
Tá, eu sou aqui de Brasília mesmo, eu nasci aqui. E a minha carreira no futebol americano começou no ano de 2017, que foi onde eu fiz a minha primeira temporada, né? A primeira temporada eu joguei de Mike LB, jogava ali no meio. Posso dizer que eu fiz uma temporada boa, mas como era o início de temporada, aquela coisa nova, a gente estava aprendendo sobre o esporte, né? Aí, no ano de 2018, o meu head coach na época resolveu me colocar como DE. Eu comecei a treinar como defensive end, só que aí, no primeiro training camp do meu time, faltando um mês para nossa temporada, eu rompi o meu ligamento, meu LCA, tive que operar e fiquei fora dessa temporada, né? Foi horrível, mas não tinha o que fazer. E aí, quando foi ano passado, 2019, eu retornei, e quando eu retornei, o meu coach de DL, que é o atual head coach do meu time, o James Springfield, ele quis me colocar como DT. E aí, a partir disso, eles me testaram jogando no meio, deu super certo, porque é só correr e bater, que é o que eu sei fazer, né? É o que eu gosto de fazer, na verdade, e deu certo. Aí, a temporada toda de 2019, eu joguei como DT. E jogo também atualmente, né? Lá no San Diego eu vou jogar como DT também.
Sim. Que legal, Gabi. Deixa eu te perguntar. Você já falou pra gente que você joga de DT. Então, quais são os seus jogadores favoritos na NFL que jogam na sua posição que você tenta copiar?
Na minha posição mesmo, eu tenho 3 jogadores favoritos. Mas na minha posição, eu sou apaixonada na Aaron Donald. Eu acho que, tipo assim, eu acho ele muito rápido, eu acho ele explosivo. Apesar de dizerem que ele não tem altura comparada com muitos DTs da NFL, eu acho que, assim, se eu for um pouquinho do que ele é jogando ali no meio, eu vou estar realizado. Né? Não, pode falar. Não, e os outros dois que eu ia falar que eu sou, assim, apaixonada, que jogam de end, na verdade, é o Joey Bosa. Nossa, eu sou doida no Joey Bosa. E o J.J. Watt também. Eles, para mim, são inspirações de jogadores.
A Aaron McDonald, se ele fosse mais alto, acho que ele era uma besta, né? Acho que ele devia ser preso se ele tivesse um tamanho realmente, porque, meu, ele é absurdo, né? Todo ano ele tá em top 3 da NFL, top 4.
Eu sou apaixonada nele, então assim.
Está um pouco triste, porque ela agora joga San Diego e joga bolsa, joga da Los Angeles também, porque ele joga San Diego, meu Deus.
Pertinho. A vontade de Deus, a filha dele está pronta.
Mas ele pode ter uma casa em San Diego, vai lá, hey Gabi, vamos lá, let's go. Vamos treinar.
Seria muito massa.
o Brasil conhece por seu domínio de futebol, mas também conhece como o mundo dos homens. Como você acha que o futebol americano vai ajudar a quebrar este molde para vocês?
Já começou sendo quebrado com a criação da nossa liga, né? Da WFLA. Ela com certeza já chegou quebrando parâmetros, porque ela não está pegando jogadoras somente, né, dos Estados Unidos. Ela abriu portas para jogadoras de diversos países, Brasil, França, temos italiano. Então, assim, a partir desse momento que a liga foi criada, vai depender das atletas agora fazerem a sua parte para que a gente cresça, a gente evolua, porque a gente tem tanta capacidade quanto os homens. A gente também tem força, a gente também tem velocidade, a gente também tem inteligência, também sabemos ler jogo, sabemos das regras. Então, assim, a criação da liga foi o primeiro passo para mostrar por que a gente veio.
Legal, Gabi. Gabi, se não me engano, eu acho que você foi uma das primeiras jogadoras, se não foi a primeira a ser contratada, correto? A primeira brasileira. Parabéns, mais uma vez, já te falei isso nas redes sociais. E, cara, você merece muito, muito. Então, vamos lá. Me fala um pouquinho como é que foi esse momento, quando você descobriu, o que significou para você esse momento, quando você foi contratada pelo San Diego Tridents. E você acha que significa para as mulheres aqui no Brasil?
Olha, para falar a verdade, até hoje, assim, a minha ficha, às vezes ela não cai, porque foi algo tão batalhado, foi algo tão suado, que eu só consigo agradecer a Deus. Eu não tenho como falar disso e não falar de Deus, sabe? Porque quando eu soube da existência da Liga, eu falei assim, é a minha chance agora de entrar e ser profissional, porque desde pequena eu sempre quis ser atleta profissional. Só que aqui no nosso país, vocês sabem, a dificuldade é muito difícil, a infraestrutura, ainda mais para nós que somos mulheres, né? Então, quando eu vi a Liga, eu falei, eu vou conseguir entrar, e em nenhum momento eu tive dúvida. Então, assim, quando a gente recebeu a notícia aqui em casa, a gente ficou meio que pasmo, porque eu falei, gente, consegui. Aí minha mãe e meu pai, não, calma aí, você entrou? Aí eu falei, entrei. Aí eles, não, você tem certeza? Aí eu falei, tem. Aí pronto, aí foi aquela festa, minha mãe ligou pra minha tia, meus avós. E assim, eu não sei explicar o quão gratificante, o quão feliz a gente ficou, porque, igual eu falei, foi algo muito batalhado, que só Deus sabe o que eu passei. Vim de lesão, né? Enfim, eu abri a mão às vezes de faculdade, de chegar cedo na faculdade, inclusive meus pais estão sabendo disso agora, porque eu ia para academia, eu fazia o meu treino, só ia para a faculdade, depois terminava de treinar. Então, assim, só Deus sabe que eu abri mão para conseguir isso, graças a Deus eu fui abençoada. Não seria possível sem Deus, então toda vez eu tenho que falar sobre Deus, porque eu devo a Ele essa graça. Foi a melhor experiência da minha vida.
Parabéns, Gabi. Demais.
Demais.
Só quem passou, quem teve esse tipo de lesão de LSA, do ligamento cruzado, sabe o quanto que é difícil recuperar bem e voltar melhor ainda, sendo que a gente não tem estrutura, né, que um esporte profissional tem nos Estados Unidos, que os atletas dos Estados Unidos têm essa estrutura para se recuperar. Então, parabéns, você é uma guerreira.
Obrigada.
E olha, o futebol americano nos Estados Unidos, masculino ou feminino, é muito mais difícil de aqui, sabe? E mais práticas, mais treinamento, mais filme. E os atletas são todos maiores, mais fortes, mais rapidinho também. Dito isso, como você está se preparando para o seu primeiro ano?
Nossa, gente, a minha preparação, ela tá muito forte, eu tô focada totalmente, porque assim, eu tô fazendo 3 treinos por dia. Então eu acordo muito cedo, eu faço o primeiro treino, que é a academia, né? O meu treino físico, ele é exatamente voltado para minha posição, é especialista como DL. Depois que eu faço meu treino físico, eu dou um tempinho de descanso e aí eu faço o treino do meu time, porque o meu head coach, ele já está passando treinos físicos pra gente fazer aqui. E tem dias da semana que eu tiro para correr, né? Porque lá nos Estados Unidos é diferente aqui do Brasil. Os DLs lá, eles têm que correr e a gente tem que correr muito, sabe? Então, assim, eu tô fazendo treino físico, tenho estudado muito também a minha técnica, a parte teórica, tenho assistido muitos filmes, visto muitos jogos. Então, assim, eu tenho respirado futebol americano, eu não faço mais nada da minha vida além disso. Tudo é futebol americano, acordo, vejo treino, estudo. Então, minha preparação tá bem intensa. Mas eu gosto, é bom.
Gabi, eu tive algumas lesões também, na minha carreira. Infelizmente, eu não perdi tempo. Eu acho que todas as lesões que eu tive, eu usei ela para voltar melhor, para realmente uma superação. Eu usava sempre uma lesão para me lembrar por que eu tive essa lesão e por que eu tenho que voltar melhor ainda. Você falou agora da sua lesão do ligamento cruzado do joelho. Você acha que isso mentalmente vai te ajudar quando você pisar no campo e falar assim, eu tive essa lesão e realmente estou agradecido de voltar em campo? Você acha que isso é uma motivação a mais para você?
Eu acho que antes mesmo da lesão, eu acho que o nosso mental ele tem que estar forte acima de tudo, porque a nossa cabeça não é a nossa cabeça que manda na gente, né? É a gente que manda neles. Então, assim, se a gente não tem a nossa parte mental forte, é muito difícil a gente saber lidar com pressão. Então, assim, eu tenho, com certeza, essa minha lesão, ela me fez ficar mais forte, porque no período que eu estava voltando, querendo ou não, a gente volta mais assim, a gente volta um pouco mais inseguro, mas a gente também tem que ter consciência de que, não, estou com uma lesão, mas estou voltando, mas isso não é um pressuposto para que não é uma desculpa, entendeu? Então, com certeza, eu pego dessa lesão e eu faço uma motivação. Porque a gente sabe, a gente que machuca, a gente sabe que é horrível. Então, vai ser com certeza uma motivação dentro de campo.
É mesmo. Eu tenho experiência com isso. Eu acho realmente você não sabe só quando você volta de campo e você recebe o primeiro bate do mesmo lugar você tem na lesão. Verdade. Porque, olha, eu jogo muito tempo. Eu tenho lesões mesmo isso. E é muito tímido da primeira coisa. Você pode treinar, ok, mas mental, você realmente primeiro isso. E eu lembro, quando isso acontece em UCF, eu tenho uma lesão na minha perna. E do primeiro jogo com Illinois, perto de Chicago, da segunda ou três jogadas, eu lembro uma pessoa bate-me exatamente. In the primeiro tempo, I was like, oh shit, oh my God, eu não sei. And then I stood up and I was like, ok, eu sou revenge. Sem problema. E depois disso, vamos lá. E você voltar sem problema. Você não pensa nada mais isso. De outra coisa, você precisa cuidar muito depois dos primeiros jogos. Porque sua perna tem lesão, não acostumado, você descansar muito, né? Não acostumado fica, sabe, the game speed, dos jogos, muito diferente de treinar.
Sim.
É muito mais rapidinho, é muito mais estressa, muito mais bate, mas você cuida muito mais depois, muito gelo, às vezes coisas de quente, e você fica tranquilo, porque agora da medicina é muito legal. É muito bom e não se preocupe isso. Realmente. Você treinar, eu vi os vídeos e coisas, você treinar bem demais, mas expectivo isso. Primeiro treinar, realmente, eu não brinco quando eu falo. Nossa, fala com uma pessoa, olha, bate-me aqui, porque eu quero sentir.
Não, é importante. Sempre antes de eu fazer os meus treinos, eu faço exercício de mobilidade. E antes mesmo de eu começar o meu treino de peso, eu faço um mês assim, de fortalecimento, para depois começar realmente a pegar pesado, né? Porque senão...
Mas realmente, depois disso, você tranquilo. Porque você força da musculação e coisas perto do lesão é muito mais forte, porque quando você correr, você não sentir, quando você vai squats e coisas, leg press, the leg extensions and stuff, você tem problema, você sentir agora, sabe? So agora realmente é mental.
É muito mental. E assim, eu penso isso porque teve um jogo que eu fui jogar e no meio do jogo eu torci o tornozelo. E eu sentia dor, entendeu? Só que não tinha como eu sair ali do meio. Então, o que eu fiz? Eu corri pra físio e eu falei, minha querida, coloca aí coloca um negócio pra apertar meu tornozelo, porque eu não vou sair. Eu controlei minha cabeça pra continuar jogando, porque né? Se a gente, tô com dor, não. Aí você não vai jogar, vai acabar, né? Então,
No, you're gonna. Você tem dor mesmo, but it just like, como se diz? Sore. No dor, it's like.
É lesão e dor, né? Tem vários
É,
jogadores.
lesão e dor.
Né?
É, só dor, só isso.
Sim.
Mas não preocupe.
Você falou algo bem interessante, coach, porque com relação à lesão, eu tive uma lesão de LSA, do ligamento cruzado, e eu acho que isso me tirou da zona de conforto. Porque então eu treinava para ficar forte, mas realmente eu não treinava o potencial que eu poderia treinar. E depois da lesão que eu voltei, o médico falou assim, cara, você perdeu 50% do seu menisco, você não tem amortecimento. Então, agora sua perna tem que estar forte, porque senão você não vai conseguir jogar 2 anos. E aí, sei lá, na época, antes de ter a minha lesão no joelho, eu agachava com 100 quilos, e só depois da minha lesão, eu falei, cara, eu preciso melhorar e ter minha perna forte e tornar isso uma motivação. E hoje eu agacho com 190, 200 quilos. E, é isso que você falou, é o mental. Entrando nisso, Gabriel, até queria te perguntar uma coisa, uma curiosidade. Você se visualiza, não sei, nos seus treinos que você faz, que eu te acompanho nas redes sociais, você fazendo seus drills, não só de academia, mas também drills da sua posição, você tem algum momento que você visualiza e fala assim, caramba, eu tô aqui entrando no campo, a torcida tá lá, meu time tá ali, eu tô entrando no meu primeiro jogo. Como que você se visualiza talvez na sua primeira partida, no seu jogo, no teu psicológico, num ponto de vou enfrentar outros jogadores americanos que vão falar trash talk, que vão querer talvez me minimizar porque eu não sou americano, porque o americano usa muito trash talk, faz parte do jogo deles. A gente não tem essa visão. Você se visualiza? Fala pra gente como é que
então,
se imagina.
eu, além de eu fazer um trabalho muito físico, eu faço um trabalho mental muito forte, porque eu tenho consciência de que quando eu chegar lá, a pressão vai ser enorme, né? Então, a gente não pode se abalar com crítica, não pode se abalar com concorrência. Então, assim, muitas vezes, com certeza, eu me visualizo em campo, eu me visualizo treinando, só que eu sempre faço questão de me visualizar, assim, fazendo tudo certo, sabe? Porque eu acredito que quando a gente determina algo, a gente trabalha por esse algo, a gente faz acontecer, sabe? Então, assim, se acontecer, eu não sou uma pessoa brigona, eu já tive, claro, já teve jogos que é natural a gente se estressar um pouco, a gente querer brigar e tudo mais, mas não é da minha índole, eu não sou brigona, eu não sou estressada. E, tipo assim, se jogadores quiserem falar alguma coisa, ou que quiserem fazer o trash talk, tá tudo bem, entendeu? Eu tô focada no jogo. A minha cabeça, literalmente, sair do snap, sacar QB, tackle for loss e acabou. O resto pra mim não importa. Entendeu? Tipo, tanto que quando eu tô em campo, quando eu alinho, eu não visualizo ninguém na minha frente. A única coisa que eu visualizo é a bola. Então, tipo assim, deu o snap, acabou. Passar o gap e tentar o sec.
Demais.
San Diego é uma cidade linda, nossa, é muito legal. Eu vai lá muitas vezes. E você já esteve lá antes e já conversa com alguns dos seus futuros companheiros de equipe?
Não, nunca fui para San Diego. Na verdade, eu nunca saí do Brasil. Vai ser a primeira vez que eu vou estar no Brasil.
Nossa!
Mas, assim, sempre foi meu sonho de vida morar na Califórnia, né? Então, eu estou sendo muito abençoada. E, com certeza, eu e meu time, nós estamos bem amigas. A gente tem um grupo no WhatsApp e a gente está sempre compartilhando pensamentos positivos, nossos treinos. Nossos capitães, elas são muito fortes, são líderes, assim, extremamente maravilhosos. E eu tenho uma relação muito boa com elas. Todo mundo da minha equipe.
Nossa,
isso... né? Meu time é maravilhoso, amo ele.
Isso é muito legal, porque na WFL, nossa, eles, todo time fala isso, like, todo mundo ajuda, todo mundo muito animado para treinar, é muito bom ouvir para isso.
E isso, coach, que a gente está conversando, Gabi, a gente até conversa direto sobre isso fora do ar, eu e o coach bastante. A gente vê um futuro muito promissor para a WFLA, porque acredito, a gente sabe o tanto que o futebol feminino aqui no Brasil foi, de certa forma, menosprezado durante muito tempo. E hoje vocês passaram o masculino, né? Hoje o número de jogadores que foi contratada profissionalmente superou, que não teve nenhum jogador do Brasil ainda contratado diretamente, a não ser o Duzão, que entrou por um programa da NFL. Foi um jogador, enfim. E hoje vocês têm mais de 15 atletas brasileiras, né, que vão jogar, né, coach? Vão fazer parte do elenco, então acho que isso é o mais importante. E essa tua cabeça, a tua mentalidade, eu acho que faz você cada vez ir mais longe, mais longe.
A gente tem que ter fé na gente também, né? A gente tem sempre que ser humilde, mas assim, as pessoas elas não veem como a gente vê. Então, se a gente não trabalhar duro, se a gente não treinar, e se a gente também não acreditar no nosso potencial, né? Não tem como. Acho que depende da gente, né?
Vamos mudar isso, viu?
Quais são os seus objetivos? Fala pra gente os seus objetivos imediatos e os seus objetivos a longo prazo.
Olha, de imediato, eu consegui chegar no training camp muito bem e fazer um excelente training camp, né? Porque a partir do training camp é que a nossa história começa a ser guiada, desenvolvida. E como objetivo a longo prazo, eu sonho, assim, se Deus quiser, treinar muito para isso, para conseguir corresponder, exceder as expectativas dos meus coaches e a gente conseguir trazer o troféu para casa, né? Fazer excelente campanha aí, fazer um campeonato muito bom para conseguir trazer o Diamonds Ball para casa. Mas de primeira é focar no training camp e conseguir exceder as expectativas dos meus coaches.
Speaking of that, você iniciar training camp quando? Fevereiro ou março?
O meu vai começar em fevereiro.
Fevereiro.
Final de janeiro a gente já está indo para lá já.
Ok, e na temporada mais ou menos maio a agosto, certo?
Isso, certo.
Ok. Nossa, legal, man. Isso é bem tempo.
Nice.
Now, depois da temporada, você volta ao Brasil, né?
Não, eu fico por lá. Porque eu vou treinar a minha off-season lá.
Ok.
Eu volto para visitar minha família, no caso, né?
Claro,
sim. Pais, mas eu vou ficar por lá.
Nossa, esta é muito bom. Tem esta... Nossa, porque, de novo, olha, você tem as facilidades, você tem sua equipe, seus técnicos, todo mundo lá. E você tem a oportunidade, fica e usa recursos. Nossa,
isso é melhor.
Caraca, meu. Todo tempo eu falo pessoas, uma pessoa fala uma coisa diferente, like, meu Deus, é muito best. Isso é muito legal, oh my God.
Não, porque assim, eu pelo menos eu vou pegar minha off-season para descansar, claro, porque a gente vai ter muito jogo, pelo menos o Trades, né? Vai jogar toda quarta e sexta. Então, assim, a gente não vai ter descanso. Nosso descanso vai ser domingo, e mesmo se a gente for jogar, a gente joga na sexta, descansa sábado, domingo já estamos em jogo de novo. Então, assim, na minha off-season eu vou tirar um mêsinho para descansar, recuperar meu corpo, e depois hard work again.
Não, é nesta vida, porque nos Estados Unidos, esta é como jogar, é a mesma coisa. Quando joga, você tem treinar segunda da quinta, sexta-feira você viaja, sábado ou domingo tem um jogo, domingo depois você tem filme, outras coisas, e vamos lá de novo segunda. A contínua ciclo. É muito diferente, mas é muito legal, porque você só fica fazendo da coisa que você ama. E você é uma linha de defesa, so você bem demais. So, você tem uma special lugar no coração para a linha de defesa. Uma fucking gay receiver, Mas... Não, mas verdade, esta é muito legal. É muito animado para você. E uma mais pergunta. Na minha opinião, eu falo isso muitas vezes, WFLA tem um enorme impacto do futebol americano aqui no Brasil. Você concorda com isso? E por quê? Ou por que não?
Nossa, eu concordo com certeza, porque a minha liga, né, a WFL, ela chegou para abalar a estrutura e para mostrar que a gente merece tanto quanto os homens termos uma liga, termos a oportunidade de jogar profissionalmente. É a questão de dar igualdade, entendeu? Então, assim, é praticamente uma NFL feminina. Então, eu não tenho dúvida que a gente vai crescer e vai crescer muito. sabe? Não tenho dúvida. A gente tem atletas maravilhosos, tanto do Brasil, quanto as americanas, quanto do resto do mundo. Tem oportunidade para todo mundo. Então, assim, é uma liga muito bem estruturada, os times estão bem estruturados, estão bem organizados. Então, a tendência de dar certo é ser cada vez maior. Já está dando certo, né? A tendência é só crescer agora, com certeza.
Muito animado para vocês. Vocês sabem, eu tenho Lupe, da CEO, de outro dia aqui. Ela fala muito bem coisas, fala muitas coisas também atrás do show. Ela planos para vocês. Vocês não sabem, vocês sabem like meia do programa. Porque ela tem muitas coisas ela não pode falar agora, mas certeza uma coisa é o jogador mulher agora é muito animado. Whatever, que país, Brasil, Inglaterra, Austrália, Guam, Portugal, wherever you are, você tem uma oportunidade de jogo profissional agora. Isso é muito legal.
E uma coisa que eu admiro muito na minha liga, eu acho assim, muito legal, inclusive no mundo atual, é que ela é voltada muito para o empoderamento. Então, assim, por mais que cada uma tenha os seus times, não importa, a gente vai ali no campo, cada um vai defender essa camisa porque é a nossa profissão e porque a gente está fazendo isso, mas fora de campo, a gente sempre se apoia, tem aquele intercâmbio cultural de atletas se apoiando, mandando mensagem, se ajudando. Então, isso é muito legal também, sabe, no mundo. Acho que isso tinha que existir em todos os lugares, não só numa liga, sabe? Mas eu toquei na parte da liga porque quando a gente fala assim, no meio esportivo, o pessoal já pensa primeiro na competitividade. E não é assim, acho que é muito massa a gente pegar e ajudar o nosso próximo, a gente dar conselho, a gente ser amigo também, não tem que ter essa competitividade fora de campo, de quem é melhor, de quem é mais isso, não, entendeu? Dentro de campo, ok, cada um lutando ali na sua guerra, cada um com seu time, mas fora de campo, gente, cada um tem que se ajudar mesmo, acho que o mundo tem que ser mais assim com seu próximo.
É verdade.
Apoiar mais, né?
E agora, só tem um pouco mais perguntas. Fogo rapidinho para você, ok? Fogo de Slack. Vamos lá primeiro.
Vamos lá, Gabi. Xícaras de café por dia que você toma?
Olha, eu não sou muito do café, acredita? Mas eu tomo muito Nescau.
Você é brasileira mesmo? Meu Deus!
Gente, eu não tenho nada contra o café, mas eu também não tenho nada a favor. Agora, se você colocar 50 litros de leite com Nescau, para mim, eu vou tomar 50 litros.
Verdade.
Tô viciada nesse carro.
Eu amo ainda Brasil Coffee, meu Deus do céu. É amor isso, é isso. Netflix series favorita?
Então, Netflix também, eu não sou muito de Netflix.
What?
Porque eu não. É sério, eu não tenho paciência de ficar, entre aspas, assim, o dia todo vendo série. Mas quando eu vou ver, gente, eu sou apaixonada na série dos Vikings. Eu amo aquela série. E a do Last Chance também. São as duas únicas que eu vejo, assim.
Você parece a Lágrima, sabia?
É verdade.
Eu ganhei os meus anos de vida agora, porque sério, aquela mulher, eu acho ela maravilhosa. Obrigada, Vitor, sério.
Parece muito.
Apesar de que eu acho que não, tudo bem. Obrigada. Nossa, eu ganhei minha noite, né? Obrigada, sério. Eu fiquei sem graça aqui.
Vamos lá. Demitir um quarterback ou beijar alguém pela primeira vez?
My God! Cara, nossa senhora, que pergunta difícil, mas eu acho que demitir o quarterback.
Nossa,
você quer a pessoa a beijar pela primeira vez ser o Joey Bosa.
Não, olha só. Se for o Joey Bosa, aí eu demito o quarterback na hora, ó. Sai, tá demitido.
Verdade. Nossa. Comida favorita depois 2 horas da manhã.
Nossa, eu sou viciada em pizza. Eu amo pizza e hambúrguer. Amo, juro, amo.
Olha, linha de defesa. Amo
prejuízo.
Nossa, quero saque. Nossa, ela é perfeita, meu Deus.
Dou prejuízo. Quando eu vou na pizzaria, assim, é 20 pedaços pra cima.
É verdade.
Sua praia favorita no Brasil?
Ah, minha praia favorita. Tem uma praia lá em Salvador, que fica em Itacaré, que eu amo essa praia. É Itacaré, na verdade, né? Só não sei em si o nome da praia. E também tem uma praia no Pará que eu adoro, que se chama Atalaia. Que a água, tipo assim, ela é bem quentinha, ela dá aquelas ondas que dá pra gente pegar jacaré. Eu adoro.
Legal.
Show.
Nossa, Gabi, first of all, primeiro, de novo, parabéns para tudo, para a sua seleção. Muito enamorado para você e eu falo isso dos jogadores. Olha, quando você iniciar, preciso sua camiseta para meu parede, tá? Você precisa escrever seu nome. Quando você tem primeiro saque, fala
Pra mim vai
beijo.
ser uma honra.
É,
Com certeza.
e certeza, muito enamorado assistir você jogar. Muito boa sorte para você.
Amém, gente. Obrigada pela oportunidade, por vocês terem me chamado. Eu amei conversar com vocês, sério. Obrigada pelo apoio, pelo carinho e por estar deixando a gente divulgar o nosso esporte, fortalecer a nossa liga. Para a gente é muito importante. Eu falo assim, não só em meu nome, mas em nome de todas nós. Para a gente é muito gratificante. Obrigada pela conversa, adorei.
Imagina, Gabi, eu que agradeço a sua participação com a gente. Eu já te falei mais uma vez, no começo, quando saiu a notícia, eu fiz questão de ir nas redes sociais te dar os parabéns, porque hoje, olha o tanto quanto você foi importante para as jogadoras brasileiras, a sua perseverança, a sua persistência, não desmerecendo as outras demais.
Claro.
Foi a primeira, né? Você inspirou outras jogadoras a correrem atrás. Então, meu, parabéns, muita sorte para você. Continua a sua preparação aí, que você vai brilhar muito, tenho certeza.
Amém, gente. Obrigada. E para vocês também. Só parênteses, eu adoro o programa de vocês, eu sempre assisto, viu? Vou sempre acompanhar aqui. Obrigada mesmo.
Sem problema.
Tá bom? Fiquem com Deus.
Beijo.
Obrigada.
Well, man, não sei. Eu expectativa muito para ela, porque, olha, quando você tem um lesão sério, você tem uma outra mentalidade. First of all, você agradecer o jogo um pouco mais. Você sabe, você tem isso também, né? E eu acho ela trabalha mais forte. Tem outra coisa, você sentir ela é amada demais para jogar. E todo mundo da WFLA, eles treinar, eles trabalhar junto de times e tudo times trabalhar junto. Você viu online eles falando, faz este treino, faz este movimento, faz isso. E, de novo, sem surpresa. 14 episódios eu faço uma coisa de WFLA em todo o tempo é a mesma coisa.
Verdade. Você falou algo muito importante. Acho que você conhece bem melhor do que eu. Que eu quero ressaltar da Gabi, que ela tem essa força, essa mentalidade dela, esse mindset dela. Porque não adianta, chega uma hora do jogo, chega uma hora, uma certa situação, que é a mentalidade, é o toughness, né? Como você encara certas circunstâncias, principalmente no jogo do futebol americano, e a maturidade dela, né? A maturidade como ela encara esse projeto dela, ou seja, tipo, eu vou lá fazer o que eu amo, fazer o que eu gosto, não é pelo fato de eu ser profissional agora que vai mudar o que eu sei fazer, o amor que eu tenho. Então, ela tem todo o futuro dela pela frente, ela vai brilhar muito, a gente vai escutar muito o nome dela, com certeza.
I'm really excited for her, and like I said, the more, we're going to talk more in the future about the situation here in Brazil, and maybe one day somebody's going to change that, but we'll talk about that another time. But I'm telling you, the WFLA is just going to make a lot of impact in a lot of different lives worldwide. And again, you heard it the other day talking to the CEO, Lupe. She's really going to do something that's going to just not only create a league, create money, create revenue, create different game, different sport, but she's changing lives. It's changing families and giving dreams to not only the players now, but the little girls that are 5, 6, 7 years old that are going to watch this and go, man, Daddy, I want to go do that.
Yes.
Hey, Mommy, take me to the park and show me. You know what I mean? So hats off to them, and definitely it's an amazing thing to see. So we're excited for you guys, and as you know, we're gonna keep hooking the WFLA up big time, because they're gonna be awesome. So all right, so our next guest, man, is a legend in the making, and that's not just because he launched the Slack Smack Entertainment section, but he is a bona fide star in the exploding Mexican television industries, man. He started out as a childhood boy band star, which I'm going to give him some crap about here in a little bit, and has been acting ever since in novellas, which are like soap operas, starring in television shows and feature films as well. So before we get started, let's learn a little bit more about Ricardo Abarca.
Pero mire nomás qué coincidencia, dígame, ¿usted también se dirige al trabajo, payasito?
No, voy al trabajo, payasote.
Necesito a alguien que me haga el paro, que me eche la mano.
Se invitan a una tranza hoy, en San Juan.
¿Y qué te quiere llevar? Chambreado, güey.
Vámonos, güey.
¿Sabe cuál es el santo del final?
No, ¿cuál?
Pues el san se acabó.
Mi tío trabaja en el sindicato, güey. Tú nomás juntas los 20,000 varos. Le hablo a mi tío y tienes la plaza.
Estamos jodidos. Preferimos sacarles una sonrisa en lugar de sacarles un susto, ¿no? También esperando que nos puedan apoyar con una monedita.
Te cae de madre que ni un pinche peso, pinche gente.
No.
Vámonos de aquí, güey. Vámonos de este pinche pueblo culero.
¿Pero cómo? Que nomás con la rutina.
Pues así empezó Cantinflas.
Se los dijimos por las buenas, no quisieron, no las se chingan, pinches ojetes. A ver, tú todo, lo que traigan, Vas, cabrón, ayúdame.
Mañana nos vamos.
Siguen haciendo esas mamadas, nunca van a salir de jodidos.
Qué chido. ¿No te han contado?
El Chillamil, que acaba de salir del penal, güey.
¡Cállese! Pues señores, esperemos que les haya gustado el show. Ahí se chingan un bolillito para el susto.
I'm not giving up on my family. I'm so happy that you're here. After my parents died, I didn't really think I was gonna be able to come back to Tijuana. But you always made me feel like family. You are my family.
Yeah, American. From Los Angeles.
I just want to find my friend.
I need you to do a favor for me first. You mess around and I'll kill you both.
Park the car real close to the curb. Let's go.
Is this you?
You have to believe me. They made me do it.
The building that you blew up is a DEA safe house. You know how long you'll go away for? Unless you help us get Lino Esparza.
Please.
I can see it in your eyes. I see it in your face.
Forget your friend. No one's coming to save you.
Whether or not you survive, it's entirely up to you.
You're gonna be my queen.
You gotta learn how to use one of these.
A bala, a bullet. A bala settles everything.
Hit me like
Ever since you showed up, the police been one step ahead.
You better do what you need to do.
Tell Lino he has a mole in his operation.
I have a plan. I'm gonna come back for you.
Tell me lies. I'm gonna hurt you.
I'm not giving up on my family. La bala. In the end, the bullet settles everything.
hit me like say goodbye the aftershock.
Okay.
All right, that was a couple of trailers from Mr. Ricardo Abarca. How you doing, man? Welcome to the show.
Yay! Thanks. I'm very good. I'm having a lot of fun listening to this Portuguese that I don't understand.
That's kind of funny because a lot of people say that Spanish and Portuguese are alike. Now, I learned some
Very
Spanish.
similar, yeah.
I learned some Spanish living in Orlando. Obviously, in Florida, we have to take a few years in school, but man, it is completely different. There's some words that you might be able to get away with in the slang, some of it, but man,
you can pick a 20% up from like everything.
Yeah, once they get going, man, like a machine gun, it's like forget it. I mean, it's like okay, man, whatever. But my wife gets rattling off. No thanks.
No, thanks for having me. Thank you.
But before we get into your incredible career, man, in music and acting, let's talk about your personal life a little bit. Where were you born and grew up, and let's talk about your family as well.
Well, I was born in Morelia, Michoacán, Mexico. It's a small city, not as big as Mexico City. And well, I have two sisters. My parents, my mother's from England. My dad's Mexican, and he went to England years ago to study English, just to pick some English up, and he came back with a wife, with a British wife.
I know how that is.
So that's a fun story. And when I was 13, I loved soccer, and I was into sports. I loved doing like kickboxing and taekwondo and hapkido, and just martial arts were like my hit. Then I went into soccer, and then I went like in a summer I went to study like acting and singing and all of this kind of new stuff that I was attracted to, but I was so shy I would never, I would never be able to do it. And I gave it a shot, and it worked. It worked. I realized it helped me, like, be like, get over all of this insecurities and stuff.
Sure.
And I just owned it and started my career at age 16 on on a boy band in Mexico. Right. It was called M5. It was like the new generation for the Magnetos 90s boy band, like the super stars Magnetos. Sure. Then it was like a new generation of a boy band called M5, and I was there for 3 years. I was a pop star for 3 years, and we had a lot of fun. We traveled all around Mexico, Central and South America. We got to do very cool shows in stadiums and huge places, and sing live in front of thousands of people. Right. And that was a great experience, just get on stage and just be, in front of this huge, massive crowd was like, it was a very good experience. And and that was fun. It was really fun.
I can't imagine, for somebody that's never experienced that. Now, first of all, you made a good point about, kind of overcoming your fears and stuff. That's a great point, because I used to act when I was a kid, and of course you get stage fright and everything else beforehand, but I don't know if it was the same experience for you, but once you get on and the lights come on and all you're thinking about is your lines and stuff, it's almost like the crowd disappears. Like you really don't even see especially if they dim the lights a little bit. I don't know if you had that, kind of experience, but then you just kind of get put into like it's almost like playing football or maybe even soccer. You're just in a zone and you just don't even, it's like you come out of it when the lines are done or somebody says cut, you're like, whoa, you come out of it. Is that kind of how the experience is for you?
Yeah, always. It's always the same situation. It's kind of like when I hear the action, I lose control of who I am.
Yeah.
And I just step into this character and I think like the character. I try to act like the character. And when they cut, I'll just like chill, It's like, okay, I can keep going on with my jokes and having fun. Okay, ready on set, 5, and bloom, back to
you're like this,
to the
like
character.
Yeah, I mean that's so cool. And then speak a little bit too about talking about the boy band. And I was going to give you some crap about that, the Mexican NSYNC type deal, but man, that, in all seriousness, that had to be such a fun experience because you're young. The girls are all loving you. You got your buddies. What was that like? I mean, was there a lot of work behind it, or is it as much fun as it looks?
Well, in my own experience, it was both. It was like the fun part of it, but I almost experienced like the dark side of it. Like the loneliness, like traveling all around every places in Mexico, wherever. But at the end of the day, it's just yourself in a hotel room, missing your parents, knowing that it's your best friend's birthday or graduation, and you're not there.
Sure.
So for a 16, 18-year-old teenage guy, it's hard. It's like, okay, I should be living a normal life,
right?
But I'm here. I'm not saying I didn't enjoy what I did. I loved it. When I was on stage, it was like, okay, this is, it's worth it. This is my career. It's my dream. It's what I was dreaming for, and now it's a reality. But yeah, I guess you experience a lot of tough things. You have to kind of, at an early age, you have to mature. You have to, you're surrounded by people who double your age, and who have families, who work to maintain their kids, their house, everything. And I think that was good because I was always, close to good people who would have a good thing for me to listen, like encourage me or just motivate me or just make me think on my future and what I want. And you only have one life and you have to live it, and you have to make your own mistakes, and that's what makes you a better singer, actor, person, whatever.
Sure.
And
sure.
I guess I made a lot of mistakes then,
Sure.
but it's okay because that gave me like the understanding and like the tools to continue my life, knowing what I wanted, what I was going to focus on. And that I had the opportunity to go on the path of the party and the drugs and alcohol and just live the moment,
the party life.
or just focus on what I wanted to do, like know people and good connections who could probably give me a chance to go into a casting director and do a casting later on. And so I kind of focused on that, and I tried to invest time in what I wanted to do in my future, which I always knew it was acting. So I would learn and just try not to do as many mistakes.
Sure. No, I'm sure it's around, every corner. If you watch, I used to watch VH1 Behind the Music, and you see a lot of stories for big bands like Bon Jovi and Def Leppard and AC/DC, Motley Crue, all these guys, and they would talk about, man, okay, at first you're gonna just soak it all in, man. You got the women, you got the drugs, you got the alcohol, you got everything. It's like on tap. It's like, how much do you want? And then it gets to a point where it's like, no, we got a gig the next day. I need to go to bed at 11. If I want to get through this, So it was amazing to hear, people like yourself, man, because, we don't see that, because obviously we're in a different world than that is. But I got to imagine the temptation was just, especially at your age, must have been just overwhelming sometimes. Like, man,
yeah,
we could go
absolutely.
have a few minutes of fun, but then, afterwards there's going to be a lot of problems. So that's a credit to you, and obviously to your parents for, keep you on the straight road and keep you where you're at today.
Yes, and you always realize fame it does not last forever.
Yeah.
When I was in the boy band, then afterwards, when I was just acting and doing stuff, I would, see people who I met then, and they would even say hi to me, like, "Okay, we were friends," or that's what I
We
thought.
don't even recognize, yeah.
And then they don't even recognize you, and you get a lot of that, and you realize that you have your family and your close friends. And it was good because every time I came back to my hometown, to Morelia, my friends didn't care that I was famous.
Yeah, you were just retarded.
Yeah, that was just, hey, they would slap me and, just bullying me and stuff.
Back to normal. Yeah.
And that was, it was good because it was a good exercise. Because after being like, one day I was in the top, and then I would go back to my home with my parents and go have fun with my friends, and they was like, okay, this is normal. Nothing's changed.
Yeah.
Nothing's changed. It's the same thing.
It's one of the best movies I've seen about that. Is about an artist that was there, Selena. The one with Jennifer Lopez is a great movie. I love that movie, and not only because it had J-Lo in it, but the story around it is so amazing, because you watch this little girl grow up in that business and was getting ready to cross over to the United States and have all the success, and then obviously the tragedy that happened afterwards. But you see like the impact of, obviously her family was in the band, and her mom and her dad were so involved, and it's amazing to see, like, if you don't have that core network, the different directions that you can go. And you could really kind of see that in that movie. And then it turns out that, Jennifer Lopez, my God, is like the epitome of that. Like, she literally is Selena. I mean, she came out, had her music, had her movie career, had her clothing brand, and look at her, 53 years old, still looks like she's 18. And I mean, she's amazing. So
better than ever.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. So again, just to the point of, like you were talking about, it's amazing the different directions your career can kind of take you just by a few decisions. So, hats off to you, because obviously, you're in a great spot right now. You're young, and your career is just getting started, man. So that's awesome. But
thank you.
No worries.
Thank you.
You're one of my all-time heroes, though, man. After reading this story, okay, you got to tell the story. What happened with your fingers? You got to hear this. This is unbelievable, man.
Oh, that story. Okay. Well, this is something that happened on my first trip with the boy band. It was my first time on an airplane, my first time on a helicopter. We were in Guatemala for the Teleton, and we had to go to these little towns in Guatemala. So they took us on the helicopters, and when we came back to the main airport in Guatemala City, we were two groups. We had two groups. Two helicopters were taking us back. So when my helicopter lands, I come out, and the first helicopter takes off, and I'm amazed. I'm like, whoa, this is a dream come true. I'm in the middle of a movie, in the middle of a Rambo scene. You know, I felt like I was the Rambo.
Right.
And I was playing. It was just a second. I remember I kind of jumped, pretending the wind like blew me away.
Right. Yeah, because you got the rotors going and everything's going, moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything. And my right hand, went into the rotor.
Oh.
The top rotor. So
God.
I didn't even notice. You know, I was having fun. I could have maybe 3 or 4 steps later. I felt like this heat on my hand, and it was like bumping, like boom, boom. And I looked at my hand, and whoops, I had no fingers.
Oh my God.
4 fingers. Like this is all that was left.
Wow.
And I couldn't believe it. I thought I I was dreaming. I couldn't.
Yeah.
No reaction. I was just staring at my fingers. I was trying to move them. I just saw blood.
Right.
I didn't know what to do. I really thought I was dreaming, and I looked up, and I realized I was underneath the helicopter, and I saw the rotors going round and round, and I said, "Whoa, this thing just took my fingers off."
Yeah.
And that's where I just started, like shouting, like, "Hey, my fingers! My fingers!" Like 2 of my buddies, they were laughing at me. They were like, "No, bro, that's like hot sauce. You know, we have these chamoys we love in Mexico." They were like, "Bro, you just, bit it off and spilled a bit on your hand." I'm like, "No, bro, look." I just put my hand in front of them, and boom, they went white. They turned white.
Oh, they're like, "Oh shit."
The pilot of our helicopter, he asked one of my other buddies for an autograph. So as soon as this guy saw me, he just freaked out, and Coco, my friend from the boy band, he run to to the firefighters, he run, get help. And my other friend Angel, he just grabbed my hand, and he just put his arm over me and said, "It's gonna be fine, bro, it's gonna be okay." And we got on the ambulance, and we went to the hospital. And when I got there, then the other part of the story is these 5 guys in the international airport of Guatemala, looking for my little pieces of my fingers.
Yeah, looking for they found his fingers, man.
They found him, but the firefighters told them, like, "Bro, like, hey, you're not gonna find anything. Like, that speed is just it's gonna disappear, the finger. Right. You're not gonna find anything." And they're like, "Okay, well, we have to try." So they looked and looked and looked, and they found the 4 fingers.
Wow. Yeah.
And from the 4 fingers, I could only I was about 16 hours in the surgery, and I could get these 2 back. These 2, I lost them.
Right.
But it's fine, I have 3 fingers, better than 1.
Yeah. But they also said, I was reading that, like, you were either leaving on the ambulance or something, you were actually waving to your fans or something to that effect.
That's something that the press said.
Okay.
But, there was no fans. No fans were, like, in the area we were in the airport. When I got to the hospital, there was like a whole team of, like, the medical assistant, everyone was waiting for me, because the daughter of the general director of the hospital, she was organizing the Teleton.
Oh,
so it was just one call. She just called Daddy and said, "Daddy, I need your help. I have a guy from Teleton. He's on his way to the hospital. He just had this accident, and I was blessed. The two best hand surgery. How do you say the
Like hand
doctors?
surgeons. Yeah, hand
Surgeons. They were in Guatemala.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, they were out in Houston, other parts of the world, I guess, and they were there. So they received
Wow.
me, and it was cool.
Man, it's so lucky
It's cool.
you didn't.
This
You know,
one of the things that I think was planned for me to keep my feet on the ground.
Sure.
Because this was my first like concert, my first big deal, like everything with the group. I left Mexico and nobody knew who I was, but when I came back after the accident, the airport in Mexico City, the security guy came towards my dad and he said, "We can't take your son out from the principal, like the main door, because there's a lot of people waiting for him and they can hurt him." And I was like, "No, my grandmother and my sister are out there. I want to go see him. Like, I don't care."
Yeah.
And as soon as the door opened, I knew this was like a whole new world.
Like you arrived, man.
It was crazy. Like cameras, people screaming. It was shocking. I remember one of the interviews that was on the main news in Mexico. I couldn't even speak. I was crying. They would ask me something. I would answer a complete different thing. I would just want to say hi to my grandmother.
Well, how come you're not crying on my show, man? You're on Slacksmack, for God's sake. Come on, man. Shed a tear at least. Come on. Act.
Yeah,
no, I'm kidding. No, but
So,
that's
yeah,
amazing, man. You're so lucky that, another few feet, man, and that would have been your head. I mean,
yeah,
I'm dead serious. I mean, that, obviously there's a plan there because literally, especially with what you were doing, like you're describing, you're playing, you're jumping around, you're not a couple more feet to the left or right, and it would have been ciao, Ricardo. It would have been pieces of Ricardo, not pieces of finger. I mean, wow, unbelievable.
I know.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Now,
but Ricardo, first of all, man, I really feel glad to have you here because, man, you have an amazing career, amazing story.
Thanks, bro.
And I think I'll be honest with you. I think for me, it's more important. Just the fact you mentioned when you come back to your city and see your friends and like you feel that the real love for your friends, and for me is man, just that's crazy because just for me just making sense. That's why you have your career. That's why you have success in your career because you are humble, man. Just congratulations, man. And
thanks,
so
bro.
you have worked in various television shows, movies. What's your favorite genre and perform, and why? What do you prefer?
Well, I guess I'd say TV shows and movies because it's the preparation you have. TV is everything is quick. You don't have time for anything. But in movies, you have time to prepare your character. You can step into the character and you can prepare yourself for it. Mm-hmm. And they train you, and you have time to train your body, your mind, just to be fit and spiritually and mentally healthy. I think it's one of my favorite things. I mean, movies, I enjoy doing movies. Right now, one of my dreams with my wife is we're working on a script, we're writing, and it's like a huge thing we want to do. Writing, probably directing, acting, and producing.
Wow.
So that's kind of our next step towards our dreams, and acting is always going to be my passion. That's always going to make me happy, you know. It doesn't matter what role I'm going to play, because everything's different. You get to experience different characters, and it's your responsibility not to make the same thing every time. So when you step into the character, you have to make it real. You have to make it different. You have to see that yourself is not there. So I think that's the most difficult thing to do for an actor, you know.
Yeah. Over the last decade, Latin American made films and shows have really become more widely accepted and appreciated. In fact, another one of my favorites was The Revenant, with Leonardo DiCaprio, directed by a fellow Mexican, Alejandro Gonzalez
Iñárritu.
Yeah.
And Chivo Lubeski, who's the Chivo Lubeski, who works with Iñárritu always, who is the PD on every movie. He's a great PD, one of the best. He won the Oscar too for The Revenant, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, he got the best director. They got the best film. It was an amazing experience. And do you think that trend's going to continue now? And how does that inspire you as an actor? Obviously, having a fellow countryman do that, and obviously that helps open doors, for people like you as well. How does that inspire you as an actor?
Yeah, sure. Well, it's inspiring to see people success, real talented people who have done huge things, not only in Mexico, but the crossover into the United States and the world.
Right.
And I guess that, just as a Mexican, just makes us feel proud, and it motivates us to continue doing the correct things, like dreaming, believing, and nothing's impossible. We have a lot of actors and directors who are continually demonstrating their talent and just opening the path and making it much easier for us to come behind,
Sure.
It kind of, it empowers Latinos to just believe in ourselves, and it's amazing. I have a close friend who I worked with in Colombia in a show called Cumbia Ninja, which gave me the opportunity for the first time to play the principal role, like
the main character.
The main character, Natalia Reyes, and a year ago I saw her with Arnold Schwarzenegger on the new saga of Terminator. She's Colombian, and she's playing a Mexican in the movie, and she's signed three movies. So it's huge. It's amazing to just see your partners, who you work to close, that you dream with your big dreams, huge dreams that you just laugh at, and you say that's going to be impossible. That's not possible. But then you see them, and you say, "Whoa, it's possible."
Yeah, it's inspiring to me. I can't imagine what that feels like, because obviously I'm American, but I live here in Brazil, and I see that in the sports arena. But as far as the acting arena and musicians and stuff, that's on a different level. And I got to tell you, it really is exciting to kind of see that, because, obviously the United States has its issues. Every country has their issues, but the fact that doors are finally starting to open that were closed before is really exciting to see. And you can see the talent. I mean, the skill these guys have. I mean, it's not like it's a charity event, like here's a one-time deal to give this to this guy. These guys can, I mean, Alejandro had the 21 grams, as well, which was an amazing film. So, these guys, the talent that's coming out is more of a discovery, like an eye-opener for people that just don't know. And I think Netflix is having a good impact with that as well, because they're, the films, the shows that are coming in now that normally Americans probably would not venture to see now have this access, and they're starting to be like, wow, damn, that's a good movie, or wow, that's a great show. I'm seeing it down. I see it down here in Brazil as well because I get the Brazilian version of the Netflix, and there's movies that I would never think of watching, or that would probably not be offered in the air because they do it regionally and stuff like that. And then you sit down and you watch it and you're like, crap, wow, this is good stuff. So it's nice to see that transition taking place. And one of the things I forgot to mention at the beginning, where are you right now, by the way, exactly?
Right now in Mexico City.
Yeah, see that's what I'm saying. This is so cool because we had Gabby on, who's in Brasilia, it's in north of here. I'm in Sao Paulo with Victor. You're in Mexico City, so we got two of the largest cities on the globe, on here right now. So that's really exciting stuff.
Wow.
Oh my God. So, getting back to now, the COVID-19 issue has really been a problem for the entertainment industry as a whole. Have you been able to work in?
Yeah.
When do you anticipate things kind of starting to return to normal? Have you heard anything, or what's going on there?
Yeah, it's eventually it's slow, but some have started. Probably it'll begin in October, mid-October, November, but it's a whole new structure. It's like the new reality. You have to, I've been talking with directors and stuff, and they're gonna use a lot of green screens because now you can't kiss your partner. If you have a scene where you have to kiss your partner, you're not allowed as a director to,
Wow.
So it's like, it's crazy. Like a lot of doubles, green screens, kissing like a green ball, and then
then they just put the face on?
and then they just put their faces together with the green screen. It's
Oh
gonna be a
my
mess.
God.
It's
gonna be like The Hobbit, the entire movie. Just
yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Some of them are doing that right now, and I guess it's just part of the
new reality.
New normal.
Yeah.
The new reality.
But are they saying that? Is there a time frame with that, or they're just saying indefinitely for now, or what are they telling you?
Well, I guess it's going to be changing. We don't know. Everything is unclear right now. We never know. This hit the world. It's not just Mexico. It's the whole world, and I guess the whole industry is going through it. It's been affected in a big, huge way. A lot of people have stopped working for 4 months, 5 months.
Yeah.
They have families. They have a house to pay, a car to pay. A lot of people have lost their own, little productions, home little made things and low budget. But I guess this will just, make us appreciate and work and just enjoy it when we're back on set. I really miss it. I really want to get back on stage. It's like I'd love to be on set soon.
That being said, I have one more question about that. Now, obviously, when you're getting new gigs and such, normally you have to either go and do a read or do an audition or whatever. But with the COVID and stuff, are they just doing this online, or are they actually bringing you in? How's that working?
Everything is online. You have a casting. You self tape yourself. You send your tape. If they give you a call back, then you will assume with your director, producer, and then you will cast again with the self tape with the indications. Wow. And then probably they will bring you to a set, to do like tests and testings on camera and stuff.
But only
once you
to
get
like
the
the last
once you
minute to
get the role, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy, man. Wow.
Hey, Ricardo, what are some of your favorite types or characters to play?
Man, I love to play anything that does not look like me. Like the good guy, like the shy guy,
the boy band guy.
you know,
No, I feel you.
the boy band guy. Yeah. I don't know. For example, Miss Vala, I loved it because I had to play this Sicario, and I didn't even believe I could get the part. I didn't want to do the casting then, and my manager was like pushing, "You have to do this casting. You have to. You have to."
Yeah.
I said, "Okay, I'll do it." I did it, and I got the part. I got a call back with the director, who's Catherine Hardwicke, which was a big deal when they said she's the director from
Wow.
Twilight, and I'm
Yeah.
like, damn.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna get the part. Like, okay, I'll do it. But I was so like, I knew I was not gonna get the part, so I had nothing to lose. I just went in there and did what I had to do, and I got the part. So
wow.
It was fun. It was fun just to change my look, you know, my hair, the tattoos, my look, everything. Learn how to use a weapon, like the training we had with real ex-Marines, and just having the opportunity to share the experience from them on duty, you know, like, hey, have you ever been like on a mission? Oh yeah, man. What is it like? Like, man, you don't think of anything. It's your life or it's theirs.
Wow.
So this is completely neutral. You will never hesitate. So you have to be cold-blooded, and you just have to execute. You know, like, whoa, that was deep.
Those guys are like machines, man. I mean, talk about that a little bit because, man, in the trailer, now I haven't seen the film yet, but I'm telling you, I'm watching it tonight. I've told you, I know Emery's watched it 100 times, but I'm really excited to watch it. It looks awesome. But you look just even in the trailer, man, like you're in your moment, like you're in your role. You look like a badass. Like, oh shit, look at him. So, talk about that training. How intense was that? Like, how often did you do it? And, what was that like?
So we were in Tijuana for around 3 months. We had 3 months to go through the script, reading in front of the producers, directors, preparing our characters, training with the ex-Marines. We would do physical. We'd go to the gym with Ismael Cruz, who was my partner. He was the lead in the movie. Mm-hmm. But he was so kind. He kind of adopted me, and he said, man, I have everything. I have access to the best gym. I have a gym here. I have gym there. He even had gym in his trailer, so he would just invite me in. Let's train, bro. Come on, let's chest. Okay, biceps. And we would just, we were really into it. And it was a great opportunity for me to just, demonstrate I could do it.
Sure.
And I took the shot, and it was good. It was good. I got after the the screening. My director, Catherine, she was so proud. She would say, "Hey, look, this is Ricardo. He's Pollo in the movie. He's so mean and he's sick." And the guys would say, "What? This guy's Pollo?" Like, no, I don't believe you. I'm like, "Hi, nice to meet you. For real, you're Pollo?" Like, yeah, it's me. Like, whoa, man, that was amazing. That was great. Like, we nailed it, and I feel proud of the movie. I feel proud of what we did as a team on the movie. So it was fun.
Talking about that, we all have mentors and people that help us along the way. Who have been some of your mentors? Now, you mentioned one of the lead actors there that was helping you out, but who are some people you try to model your craft after and work with?
Well, when I always have the opportunity to work with people who I admire, like Gael Garcia, who I had the opportunity to work and be directed by in Chicuarotes, which was the first movie reel we saw, the trailer.
Yeah.
It was amazing just to see how kind and humble he is. You know, he's just such a good guy. And like, okay, that's the kind of director I want to be when I have the opportunity to direct my movie. You know, like
Sure.
That's the kind of human being I want to be with my crew, as a leader, as just be good to everyone. And that's one of the things I picked up from him. And that's one of the things I do every time I work with someone, and I notice their talent, and I just share, my story, and just hear their stories, and realize we're human beings, and we're all here. We all have a mission, and I just feel so happy to be able to work with amazing people, so talented. And I'm like a little sponge, I just absorb and observe and try to learn from the best, as I've been able to be surrounded by some of the best in the industry. So I don't know, I guess that's how I build myself in this industry. I don't know if it makes sense.
That's amazing, man. I mean, you sound like such a good guy, and obviously Emery thinks the world of you. Emery's one of our partners here behind the scenes that works with the show, and we all hear the stories about. He's an awesome guy, man. But I have bigger arms, Emery. I'm just playing. We all hear the stories about how some of the really big names in Hollywood are very abrupt and rude, and then we hear about those who are amazing to work with. Can you talk about some people you've worked with in the past that we might know, and do you have any stories you can kind of share from behind the scenes? Because we can never get enough of those.
Oh, well, I guess I was telling you about Gina Rodriguez.
Right.
Who is so fun to work with, and she's just so into her own action scenes. And she's so physical, and she loves boxing. And we were in the middle of this scene where she just came, and like they were preparing lights and that, getting ready for a set. She came, she said, "Richie, look me in the eye. Okay? I need you to push me like a man. Can you do that?" I'm like, "Well, Gina, I don't know. I have to take care. I can't like be rough with you."
Right.
She's like, "Richie, I'm telling you, you have to push me like a man, okay?" I'm like, okay. Look me in the eye, Pollo. Okay, Pollo? Be a man. I'm like, okay. Action. Okay, here comes Pollo, blah, 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 blah. I push her, and boom, she hits the ground. And I'm like, damn, I'm so done. Like this next scene, Pollo is going to be hanging from a bridge or something. And they did not Catherine, the director, she loved it. She did not cut, so I had to just make out
just
I was
regroup, like, okay,
continue.
Yeah.
And that's the scene which was which you will see in the movie. And after the cut, three guys came to me like, "What are you doing?" Like the leader from the stunts, he was like, "You don't do that. You don't push her. She's the lead. You cannot push her. You can hurt her." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, you can say." She told me, "Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, yes, okay. I know I messed up. I'm so sorry, but it looks awesome." So, because
that's what she wanted, man. What do you want me to do? Did
that's
she talk
what she
to you
wanted,
after?
Yeah.
What did she say after? Did she come up to you after?
She loved it. She loved it. "Richie, that's it, Richie. I loved that, Richie. That was awesome. That's it. You're a man, Richie."
Oh, that's so cool, man.
Fun.
She looks amazing in that movie. Like I said, I'm looking forward to see. She really looks like intense, man. Like she at the end, like she's ready to freaking mess some people up, man. So that really was. That's really cool to see. Now, like you mentioned, you're married. Lucky for you, she's an actress, so she might be a little bit more understanding. But I say that because my wife is Brazilian, so I know Latin women. He's married to a Brazilian. He knows what's up. So that being said, how strange are the romantic scenes? Now, this is not dealing with the green screen, but the actual romantic scenes that you have. And
she's super
cool.
Sorry, and what?
No, go ahead.
She's super cool. She's like, what are you doing? Why didn't you go for it? Like, you look like you're kind of doubting. You don't have to doubt. You have to go for it. Like she pushes you. She just says, if you don't do it right, then you have to repeat and repeat and repeat. So just do it. Just do it how you're supposed to do it the first take, and that's it. I'm like,
then you don't have to do it again. That's awesome.
She's amazing, and I always, have this conversation with my partners when before and after I have this kind of scenes. Okay, well now we heard what the director says. Well, I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna do that. Are you okay with that? And, yeah, no problem. Okay. And as he said, well, I have to do this, and I have to turn you around in this position. Are you okay with that? Yes. Okay. I'm going to put my hand below your, everything is set.
Yeah. It's all mapped out.
Because it feels horrible just for you to do something and them to feel uncomfortable, and it's horrible.
Yeah.
And after the take, when it's cut, okay, thank you. I just, hey, thank you. I'm sorry if I know sometimes this is uncomfortable. I'm sorry if I made you feel weird.
Sure.
I just want to apologize, even if you don't want to hear it. I just want to say it. Oh, it's fine. No worries. Okay, cool.
Or they ever come up to me, hey, give me a pound, dog. Good job, man.
Yeah. Boom.
So what's next on the horizon for Ricardo? Now, obviously, not talking about the COVID-19. Let's imagine in a few months that, we're coming out of this BS. Yeah. What's next on the horizon for you besides that awesome directing project that you're talking about with your wife? What do you got going on?
Well, right now I've been casting. I've got a callback for a very important role, which would be huge. I can't talk about it yet.
Okay.
But if we get in this project, would be amazing. We would start probably early November, and yeah, it would be huge. I would have. Oh, calm down, bro. Yeah, that would be a lot of work, like physical work. I would require a lot of preparation, which sounds like fun.
Yeah, man.
I'm sorry, I'm having problems with the dog. He's chewing my cable.
No worries.
No, bro.
Well, we're almost ready to get you out of here anyway. We're just going to put you through the rapid fire segment real fast, and we'll get you out of here. But go ahead, man. You start them off.
Okay, let's go.
Cool.
Corona or Budweiser?
Corona.
Okay.
Well, I go for both, but yeah, I guess I'd have to say Corona.
I love Corona. Man. Corona with lime. Oh, I'm all over that. Man. That's good stuff.
I don't mind if I'm on the beach and it's hot. If you give me a cold beer, it's fine.
Yeah, I hear you. Now, Mexico or USA soccer, man? The rivalry's big time.
Bro, Mexican. Of course.
Yeah, lately Mexico's been kicking our ass, man. I mean, we had the Dois Zero going on for a long time, but now Mexico over the last few years has really kind of just stormed back, man. They've just been balling out.
After Donovan.
Yeah.
Yeah, after Donovan, that generation.
Yeah.
United States would kick our ass.
Yeah, Donovan was the Mexican heartbreaker, man. He was. I still can't get over him not being in the 2010 World Cup. I cannot believe.
World Cup.
Yeah, I can't believe he wasn't in it. It was ridiculous.
I know.
I was so mad. Oh my God!
It
But
was.
I live now in Brazil, so
Yeah. We were happy.
I bet you were.
Go ahead.
All right, our favorite movie that you're not in.
My favorite movie that I'm not in. Oh, I have to say The Dark Knight. I'm a huge fan of Heath
Batman.
Ledger's work.
Yeah.
The Batman. Yeah.
Oh, that's
I'm
so
a huge
cool.
fan of all those kind of movies, but that one specifically, I went to the movie theater to watch The Dark Knight 4 times.
Wow. Oh, that's so cool. My son would love to hear that. He loves Batman, man. He's 2 years old. He's a big Batman fan. He's like, Batman! He's got like little metal Batman figures. And he loves them, so that's so cool.
Wow.
Favorite food after 2 a.m.?
Oh, I should say pizza. Love pizza
too,
even
man.
if it's not 2 a.m. But yeah.
Yeah, you can never go wrong with pizza.
I'm a cowabunga. I'm a Ninja Turtle.
Yeah, man. And lastly, Cancun or Rio?
Oh well, I'd love to, go to Rio.
I think we lost sound there. Okay, I think we lost him there, but that was on our. Luckily, that was on our last question. So, man, we'll have to talk to him again off air because wow, what an amazing guy, man. It's interesting. Here's a guy it's a big star. His career has just taken off. He's 30-something years old, and he's like talking to your next door neighbor, man. I mean, just a genuinely nice guy. He met Emery at his church, and obviously he's a big time family guy with 2 daughters and his wife. And man, those are the kind of guys that you root for, and to watch their career, unfold. It's amazing.
Amazing story.
Yeah, and I really hope. I was talking about earlier. You see the directors like Alejandro that did that movie, The Revenant, and he won Best Picture. And I don't know if it was the first time or it's one of the first that somebody from Latin America has won those kind of honors. And it's like, it's about time, It takes forever for things in the United States as far as on a racism level and as far as, different minorities and stuff. But hopefully we're finally getting to that point in 2020 that, things are starting to make a difference. And I say that because I kind of allude to the other part of our show, which we talk a lot about sports. And I posted something today that I could not believe. We're going back talking about NFL football. And they were saying that 40% of American head coaches, 40% of them were offensive coordinators first, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 91% of them are white. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's like, man, look, I'm not telling people that they got to pick a coach because they're black or they're Latino or Asian or whatever, but obviously they're just not even looking at, the person. They're just looking at the color of their skin. You got 2 offensive coordinators right now in the league that are black, and that's it. I mean, it's like, what? So we got to do better. But going back to Ricardo, wow, that's why we're going to have this part of our show, Slack Smack Entertainment, because to hear those kind of stories is in the background, just the little things like, obviously with his fingers. I mean, what? Holy crap! I mean, the guy literally almost died. I mean,
yes,
2 more inches or 2 more feet either way. And it's like the movie Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark when the German guy turns around and, that would have been okay. We're going to be picking up pieces and Ricardo over here. I mean, so but it's like it kept him grounded, like you said. And it was interesting, too, how he pointed out how, he had the opportunity to go in one of two different paths. And sadly, you see a lot of times, too, that kids do make the wrong choices.
Yes.
But that all comes from family, man. He's obviously come from a good family. His parents raised him right. And, man, what an honor. And we really appreciate having the opportunity to talk to him. And, definitely going to follow his career. I'm going to watch that movie. Like I said, I'm getting ready to find it in one of these illegal sites down here in Brazil.
Absolutely. And I will find this scene when he pushed. I will remember
exactly.
That.
Now that's like that's the thing I want to see, man. Which he knocks. Hey, and talk to Gina too, man. We want to bring her on the show. Come on. But man, yeah, thank you so much. Emery for hooking that up as well. Emery McChard, that's my boy up in Birmingham. You got Digital Motion AV representing. Matt's doing his thing up in Birmingham as well. He's been overloaded with work and putting out a great show. And it's really been fantastic. So, next week, we're going to have a little bit of a change in format. Now, we haven't set up the interviews and stuff yet. We're going to kind of let you know how that goes. We're going to do some more pre-recorded interviews in the future. And we're doing this because we can add a little bit more to the actual interview itself. We want to put some more bells and whistles with the interviews. We want to do some other things and also frees up some time and frees up schedules as well for the people, our interviewees, for them. It doesn't lock them in to a Tuesday or a Friday night and kind of frees up schedules as well. So nothing's going to change. The Slack Smack channel, you definitely want to subscribe to that and continue to go on that. We will be doing lives periodically as well. We got a lot of great interviews that are coming up with a lot of different celebs and star athletes, and we're going to maintain doing that as well. So we really appreciate everyone, all your time. And again, this is the 14th episode, so it's really been an honor being able to bring this to you. And we just ask that you stay tuned, and we got great stuff coming.
Yeah. See you next.
Yeah. So we'll see you next week. I'm gonna have it on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Everybody will know what our schedule is in the next few days, and we'll let you know our next guest, and we'll go from there. We'll see you next time on Slack Smack.